All right, people, I'm gonna attempt something that scares me deeply. For the first time in my life, I'm going to apply a bald cap. Now, does that sound scary? No, but I mean, it is if you only have 2 of them and they're easily to damage. They say you should always do stuff that scares you. I guess this is my thing that scares me today.
So come on, give me love. I'ma show you how to move with my body. Come hit me with your touch and make me wanna say.
I'm exhausted. I really want to go to sleep, but it's like crunch time. We're almost there. It's like 2 a.m. I think in the morning, and would it be me if I wasn't filming something at 2 a.m. in the morning? I don't think I've filmed any videos in the day. That's besides the point. All of my lights are on because I kind of need to be able to see, and I don't want to do this in my bathroom because I want to sit and do this. It's already stressful enough. So I apologize for the light in advance. This might be a voiceover, I don't know, because it kind of depends on how long it takes me to do this. Because I don't want the video to be too long. So anyways, we are going to get started. I have put my hair up in a slick back ponytail. So if you've ever seen the bald cap method for putting on wigs, we're kind of doing the same thing, except you want the base underneath to be flat. So we're not braiding hair today, because you're gonna see it in the bald cap. So unless you want that kind of look, then I mean, more power to you. But if you want a smooth appearance, you're gonna need to slick back the hair. So I didn't film this part. Basically, I have thick curly hair, so I put in leave-in conditioner and protectant. I blew out my hair because the only way I have any sort of chance of laying this down this flat is if my hair is straight. However, my hair is no longer heat trained, so this is it 5 minutes after me blow drying it. Pulled my hair back as far as possible. Used edge control and hairspray to slick down the hair as much as possible, and a brush and water to get it to this style. So basically, slick down your hair the best you can. The thicker your hair is, the thicker your head gonna look. So if that's a complex that you have, then you might want to take your time. It is a little frustrating, but just take your time and slick it down, because basically what your hair looks like is how the bald cap, or is as good as the bald cap is going to look. Now if you apply the bald cap incorrectly, well, that's a different story. But this is about as flat, this is as flat or as round, or as how, this is what your head is gonna look like if you apply the bald cap properly. And I know the back of my hair is out. That we need to take care of. For the back of the hair and for these purposes, I'm just going to braid it and leave it out because you won't be seeing the back of my head. You would have to conceal the back of the hair or the rest of the hair, so you can do it in one of a few ways. You can either slick it to the back of your head, and it would just become the back of the head once the bald cap is on. That is difficult because that's a lot of bulk, and it depends on how long your hair is or how thick your hair is, how that's gonna go for you. So I'm just gonna braid my hair. All right, so obviously as flat and as tight as you can get the braid as possible is what you're going for. But right now I just have my braid done. You can, if you have either difficulties braiding or it's hard for you to get it as flat as possible, you can use elastic bands and wrap them, like tie them around the hair, and this will help to compact it. It's the stretching method. And basically you could just flip this up and it'd be the back of your head. It would make obviously the back of the head look a little bit more bulky, but you gotta get rid of the hair some way, somehow. We're gonna be using the Mehron bald cap. So this bald cap, I believe, is made out of just latex. Yeah. believe it's just latex. I know you can't see the top of my head because I can't get my camera up that high, but I'll try to get all of me in frame. This is the powdered latex cap. It smells horrible. Alright, moving on to step 2. Use rubbing alcohol on a cotton ball to clean the face and the hairline. Fit the cap over the subject's head and pull back. Make sure it fits snugly and is on evenly, and be careful not to stretch the cap. Alright, moving on to step 3. Remember, when cutting the latex, it's always better to cut too little than too much. Starting from the jawline, I'm cutting diagonally up into the ear. You can cut a keyhole shape. This helps to keep the latex from ripping on its own. Now adjust over the ear, and if the cap is buckling, as seen here, then cut a little bit more. Just be careful with this, because once you go too far, that's it. You may also need to trim the front edges of the cap, so you can trim up on the forehead as well. It depends on the look that you're going for or how much space you require. Moving on to step 4, lift the front edge of the cap above the eyebrows and fold about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. Apply the spirit gum under the edge of the cap and to the skin from each end of the eyebrows. Be careful not to get this in your eyes, please. When the spirit gum is tacky, you're going to flip the top edge forward and gently press onto the skin. Allow about 3 to 4 minutes to dry. And you can use a damp cloth to press this in. It helps melt the latex and the spirit gum together, but I did not do this part. And you can work in sections with this just so that you keep things tidy and controlled. And please watch out for your hair. You don't want to get spirit gum in your hair. Take your time with this because this needs to lay properly. If this isn't sticking here, it's not going to get any better moving forward. So just make sure that the edges are firmly in place and nothing is moving, because if you're having problems with lifting here, it's going to lift in the middle of the look and there won't be much that you can do about it after. And you can apply a little bit of the spirit gum to the actual edge of the cap, just so that the little pieces at the front are melted in as well. Alright, for this look in particular, I'm skipping step 5, which is to glue the cap to the back of the neck. Moving on to step 6, I'm using liquid latex and a latex sponge over the cap edge to cover 1 inch on the skin and 1 inch on the cap, working in small sections. Using a clean sponge, the latex should be very thin and gently dabbed. When the latex is dry, repeat as necessary. You don't want to touch drying latex because you may pull it off. And now I'm using the color set powder and a puff to set the latex. This is going to reduce the tackiness so that when you go in with makeup, you don't pull up the latex. Now, step 7, I'm trying to match my skin tone because it just makes it easier to paint over if everything is already one color. Otherwise, the paint that I put over this is going to look different on the bald cap than it is going to be on my face because it's 2 different skin tones. So just using a matte foundation to cover the bald cap and the edge. All right. And there we go. I have a bald cap on, and it doesn't look half bad for my first try. A couple things I'd probably do different, but yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on with the rest of the look. But I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something. I hope you try something new, something that scares you. It may work out. I look not bad bald, actually. I was a little scared to see myself bald, but I'm not mad at it. I might actually cut my hair. Not this low, but cool. All right, anyways. So yeah. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.